Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone. Do you feel like you don't speak enough Filipino? That you need to know more words? Then stick around. With these lessons, you'll pick up some of the most common words in just a few minutes. Now, this video is a small portion of our learning program. To get the full lessons, translations, and Fluency Fast study tools, click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn how to ask where something is located. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for directions. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Nasaan po ang supermarket?
Nandoon banda.
Once more with the English translation.
Nasaan po ang supermarket?
Where is the supermarket?
Nandoon banda.
It's over there. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, where is place? The pattern is
Nasaan po?
place. For example, where is the supermarket?
Nasaan po ang supermarket? Nasaan po ang supermarket?
Now, how do you answer this question?
Nandoon banda.
Listen to it again.
Nandoon banda. Nandoon banda.
This Filipino sentence literally translates as, there somewhere. But it means, it's over there. Here are a few more places you can use with the same pattern. The supermarket.
Ang supermarket.
Ang supermarket.
The supermarket.
Ang supermarket.
The bank.
Ang bangko.
Ang bangko.
The bank.
Ang bangko.
The bathroom.
Ang palikuran.
Ang palikuran.
The bathroom.
Ang palikuran.
The mall.
Ang mall.
Ang mall.
The mall.
Ang mall.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Nasaan po ang bangko?
Nandoon banda.
Where is the bank?
Nasaan po ang bangko?
It's over there.
Nandoon banda.
Nasaan po ang palikuran?
Nandoon banda.
Where is the bathroom?
Nasaan po ang palikuran?
It's over there.
Nandoon banda.
Nasaan po ang mall?
Nandoon banda.
Where is the mall?
Nasaan po ang mall?
It's over there.
Nandoon banda.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, where is place?
Nasaan po?
Place. And how do you answer it?
Nandoon banda.
Imagine you're looking for the bank. Do you remember how to say, the bank?
Ang bangko. Ang bangko.
Say, where is the bank?
Nasaan po ang bangko?
Now ask where the bank is and answer saying the bank is over there.
Nasaan po ang bangko?
Nandoon banda.
Now imagine you're looking for the bathroom. Do you remember how to say the bathroom?
Ang palikuran. Ang palikuran.
Say, where is the bathroom?
Nasaan po ang palikuran?
Now ask where the bathroom is and answer saying the bathroom is over there.
Nasaan po ang palikuran?
Nandoon banda.
Now imagine you're looking for the mall. Do you remember how to say the mall?
Ang mall. Ang mall.
Say, where is the mall?
Nasaan po ang mall?
Now ask where the mall is and answer saying the mall is over there.
Nasaan po ang mall?
Nandoon banda.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to ask the location of a place. You're now able to ask for directions like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Ask your fellow learners directions to a place. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Filipino. Hi everybody, my name is Camille. Welcome to the 800 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Filipino. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at filipinopod101.com. Click the link to the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Filipino. Okay, let's get started. First is Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta? Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta, Maria? Hello, Maria. Kumusta, Maria? Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Excuse me, have you seen my dog? Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Pasensya na, I'm sorry. Pasensya na. Pasensya na. I'm sorry. Pasensya na po, hindi na po mauulit. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Pasensya na po, hindi na po mauulit. Magandang gabi. Good night. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. I'll go now. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Kumusta ka? How are you? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? How are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Hey, how are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Oo. Yes. Oo. Oo. Yes. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Yes, I understand. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Hindi. No. Hindi. Hindi. No. Hindi. Ayoko niyan. No, I don't like that. Hindi. Ayoko niyan. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Thank you, but I didn't order this. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Ako si. I'm. Ako si. Ako si. I'm. Ako si Erika. I'm Erika. Ako si Erika. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam, ingat. Goodbye, take care. Paalam. Ingat. Masama. Bad. Masama. Masama. Bad. Siya ay lalaking masama. He's a bad boy. Siya ay lalaking masama. Mabuti. Good. Mabuti. Mabuti. good. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Vegetables are good for you. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Your dress is pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Pangit. Ugly. Pangit. Pangit. Ugly. Ang pangit na sisiw na pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. The ugly duckling became a beautiful swan. Ang pangit na sisiw ng pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. Madali. Easy. Madali. Madali. Easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Renting a car is not always easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Mahirap. Difficult. Mahirap. Mahirap. Difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. English is difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. Malapit. Near. Malapit. Malapit. Near. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. I live near the university. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. Malayo. Far. Malayo. Malayo. Far. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. The woman is looking at something far away. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. Maliit. Small. Maliit. Maliit. Small. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. The car is small, but it's very powerful. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at filipinopod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! Paalam! In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Filipino. Hi everybody, my name is Camille. Welcome to the 800 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Filipino. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at filipinopod101.com. Click the link to the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Filipino. Okay, let's get started. First is ngayon. Today. Ngayon. Ngayon. Today. Maaraw ngayon. Today is sunny. Maaraw ngayon. Kahapon. Yesterday. Kahapon. Kahapon. Yesterday. Ako ay lumiban sa trabaho kahapon. I took a day off yesterday. Ako ay lumiban sa trabaho kahapon. Bukas. Tomorrow. Bukas. Bukas. Tomorrow. Bukas ay magiging maaraw. It will be sunny tomorrow. Bukas ay magiging maaraw. Linggo. Week. Linggo. Linggo. Week. Ako ay nagkaroon ng sipon ng isang linggo at hindi pa rin ako magaling. I've had a cold for 1 week and I still haven't got better. Ako ay nagkaroon ng sipon ng isang linggo at hindi pa rin ako magaling. Taon. Year. Taon. Taon. Year. Mayroong 12 buwan sa isang taon. There are 12 months in a year. Mayroong 12 buwan sa isang taon. Segundo. Second. Segundo. Segundo. Second. May natitira pang 58 segundo sa orasan. There are 58 seconds left on the stopwatch. May natitira pang 58 segundo sa orasan. Minuto. Minute. Minuto. Minuto. Minute. Isang minuto na lang bago maghating gabi. It's 1 minute to midnight. Isang minuto na lang bago maghating gabi. Oras. Hour. Oras. Oras. hour. Natutulog ako ng 8 oras araw-araw. I sleep for 8 hours every day. Natutulog ako ng 8 oras araw-araw. Orasan. Clock. Orasan. Orasan. Clock. Minana ko ang orasan na ito mula sa aking lolo. I inherited this clock from my grandfather. Minana ko ang orasan na ito mula sa aking lolo. Alas. O'clock. Alas. Alas. O'clock. Magkakaroon tayo ng pagpupulong ng 3:00. We will have a meeting at 3 o'clock. Magkakaroon tayo ng pagpupulong ng 3:00. Kalendaryo. Calendar. Kalendaryo. Kalendaryo. Calendar. Minarkahan ko ang aming anibersaryo sa kalendaryo. I marked our anniversary on the calendar. Minarkahan ko ang aming anibersaryo sa kalendaryo. Lunes. Monday. Lunes. Lunes. Monday. Ang linggo ng trabaho ay nagsisimula ng Lunes. The work week starts on Monday. Ang linggo ng trabaho ay nagsisimula ng Lunes. Martes. Tuesday. Martes. Martes. Tuesday. Martes sa susunod na linggo. Tuesday next week. Martes sa susunod na linggo. Miyerkules. Wednesday. Miyerkules. Miyerkules. Wednesday. Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi, naglalaro kami ng poker sa aking bahay. Wednesday nights we play poker at my house. Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi, naglalaro kami ng poker sa aking bahay. Huwebes. Thursday. Huwebes. Huwebes. Thursday. Sa Huwebes. On Thursday. Sa Huwebes. Viernes. Friday. Viernes. Biyernes. Friday. Isulat mo ang mga plano para sa Biyernes sa kalendaryo. Write the plans for Friday on the calendar. Isulat mo ang mga plano para sa Biyernes sa kalendaryo. Sabado. Saturday. Sabado. Sabado. Saturday. Ginagawa ko ang gawaing bahay tuwing Sabado sa loob ng 5 oras. I do housework every Saturday for 5 hours. Ginagawa ko ang gawaing bahay tuwing Sabado sa loob ng 5 oras. Linggo. Sunday. Linggo. Linggo. Sunday. Almusal sa linggo ng umaga. Sunday morning breakfast. Almusal sa linggo ng umaga. Gumawa. Do. Gumawa. Gumawa. Do. Gumawa ka na ngayon ng takdang aralin. Do your homework now. Gumawa ka na ngayon ng takdang aralin. Pumunta. Go. Pumunta. Pumunta. Go. Pumunta tayo sa paaralan. Let's go to school. Pumunta tayo sa paaralan. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at filipinopod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! Paalam!
Hi everyone! Kamusta? My name is Erica. Welcome to Filipino Top Words! For today's topic, we are going to talk about the top 25 phrases. Let's begin. Kamusta ka? Hello, how are you? The first phrase is kamusta ka? Hello or how are you? So when you're meeting someone for the first time, you try to be a bit more polite and say, instead of kamusta ka, you say kamusta po kayo, which is the same as hello, how are you? Magandang umaga. Good morning. So the next word is magandang umaga, which means good morning. People there are very, very warm, very kind. So it's very common to hear like people greeting each other when they pass by each other in the corridor and like in the classroom, for example, in the office. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Magandang tanghali. Good noon. So now what do we say when it's noon? We say magandang tanghali. Good noon. In the Philippines, especially during lunchtime, when you come in and then like it's everyone is eating, you always say magandang tanghali. And then when they hear you say it, you sound as if you're a native speaker. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Okay, so when the morning is done, noon is over, then what do you say? Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Magandang gabi. Good evening. So if you want to say good evening, you say magandang gabi. Anong pangalan mo? What's your name? So what if you're going to ask someone for their name? So you say, anong pangalan mo? Or, what's your name? If you meet someone for the first time, if it's the morning, you say, good morning, what's your name? Magandang umaga, anong pangalan mo?
when you want to ask someone for their name, you need to be polite. So, you add po, which is the particle, and then you use the plural form of you. So you say, ano pong pangalan nyo? Ako si, I'm. If you are on the receiving end of that question, then you say, ako si, name. Or, I'm, name. Ako si Erica. I'm Erica. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. If you want to express now how happy you are to meet this new person, then you would say, ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Since this is the first time you're meeting this person, you should use the polite form, which is, ikinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Ayos lang ako. Ikaw. I'm fine. And you? When someone asks you, how are you? Of course, either you are okay or you're not. You will say, you are fine. So how do you say it in Filipino? You would say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. In English, I'm fine. And you? Or if you're not okay, you can say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. Paki. Please. So if you want to ask someone for a favor, what would you say? In English, we say please. In Filipino, we use a prefix that we say as paki. We add to another verb. So for example, we say, please bring this to the office. Then you will say in Filipino, pakidala ito sa opisina. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat or thank you. Walang anuman. You're welcome. Then, you also want to be polite and say, you're welcome. Or in Filipino, walang anuman. Oo. Yes. How do you express agreement in Filipino? You say, oo, which means yes. Very simple. For example, there's an older person talking to you and you want to say yes. You should be a bit more polite and say, opo. Hindi. No. So what if you want to say no? Then you use hindi. Or if you want to be polite, you say hindi po. Sige. Okay. So say you have a friend who asks you, do you want to drink with me all night, have party all night, you know, those kind of things. And then you say, yeah, fine, okay. So in Filipino, you say, sige. Paumanhin. Excuse me. So for example, you have an older colleague at work and this person is busy, but you need to ask her for something. So you say, excuse me. And in Filipino, you say, paumanhin or paumanhin po, to be more polite. Patawad. I'm sorry. If you did something really, really bad, then we use patawad. I'm sorry. Anong oras na? What time is it? So what does anong oras na mean? It means, what time is it? Nasaan ang CR? Where is the restroom? Nasaan ang CR? Or, to be polite, because even at that time, you have to be polite, even if it's like really urgent. You have to be polite. You say, nasaan po ang CR? Hindi ko alam. I don't know. Hindi ko alam. I don't know. If your boss asks you, oh, where is your office mate? This person? And then you don't know, then you say, hindi ko po alam. Sandali lang. Wait a moment. So if you say to your boss, because your boss is asking you, where is the report? You want to say, wait a moment. So you say, sandali lang po. So your friends came over to your house and you haven't taken a bath. You haven't fixed yourself. And then your friends just want to go out to have fun. But you want to say, wait a moment, wait a minute. Give me like an hour or something to at least get ready. So you say, sandali lang. Magkano ito? How much is this? So you finally got dressed and then you went out with your friend and you are at the mall, like looking at some nice pearls, because in the Philippines we have lots of pearls. How will you ask the salesperson? So you can say, magkano po ito? Or if you're a friend, or if it's like a younger salesperson probably, you can just simply say, magkano ito? How much is this? Pwede bang makuha na ang bill? Could I get the check, please? After dinner, you want to pay because it's your treat, because you forced your friends to eat adobo. So you would ask the waitress or the waiter for the check. So how do you say it in Filipino? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I get the check, please? Or, if you cannot remember all these, just simply do this. Tulong. Help. So you're walking in the street and then you're very not careful with your things. So you're walking, you're holding your bag like this, and someone stole your bag. Like, You want to call for help. So what do you say? You say, tulong, help. And then the more you scream it, the more people will hear you. Hanggang sa muli. See you again soon. It's the end of the day and you've had fun with your friends. So you tell your friends, oh, okay, bye. See you again soon. Which in Filipino is hanggang sa muli. But in regular conversations, you don't really say this. We tend to say, see you or sige. That was the last word for today, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned new words. So what words have you heard? What words have you used before? Put them in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to FilipinoPod101.com. Bye!
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Olen juuri lähdössä lounaalle. Liitytkö seuraani?
Kiitos. Liityn mielelläni. Mutta sataako ulkona vielä? Unohdin sateenvarjoni kotiin.
Ai niinkö? Ulkona ei kuitenkaan onneksi sada enää, vaikka taivas on pilvessä.
No, se on hyvä uutinen. Olisipa tänäänkin yhtä hyvä sää kuin eilen, kun aurinko paistoi kirkkaalta taivaalta.
Now you will hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Liittyä.
To join.
Sataa.
To rain.
Sateenvarjo.
Umbrella.
Taivas.
Sky.
Pilvi.
Cloud.
Sää.
Weather.
Aurinko.
Sun.
Paistaa.
To shine.
Kirkas.
Bright.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Olen juuri lähdössä lounaalle. Liitytkö seuraani?
Kiitos. Liityn mielelläni. Mutta sataako ulkona vielä? Unohdin sateenvarjoni kotiin.
Ai niinkö? Ulkona ei kuitenkaan onneksi sada enää, vaikka taivas on pilvessä.
No, se on hyvä uutinen. Olisipa tänäänkin yhtä hyvä sää kuin eilen, kun aurinko paistoi kirkkaalta taivaalta.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Päivää. Haluaisimme kirjautua sisään. Meillä pitäisi olla varaus.
Päivää ja tervetuloa. Millä nimellä varaus on tehty?
Se on nimellä Virtanen. Aino ja Heikki Virtanen.
Kyllä vain. Löysin varauksenne. 2 hengen huone 2 yöksi.
Olisiko mahdollista saada huone merinäköalalla?
Hetki. Tarkistan. Kyllä onnistuu. Uloskirjautuminen on yli huomenna kello 12 mennessä. Toivotan teille viihtyisää oleskelua.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Kirjautua.
To check in.
Varaus.
Reservation.
Nimellä.
Under the name.
Huone.
Room.
Merinäköala.
Ocean view. Sea view.
2 hengen huone.
A room for 2 people.
Uloskirjautuminen.
Checkout.
Ylihuomenna.
The day after tomorrow.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Päivää. Haluaisimme kirjautua sisään. Meillä pitäisi olla varaus.
Päivää ja tervetuloa. Millä nimellä varaus on tehty?
Se on nimellä Virtanen. Aino ja Heikki Virtanen.
Kyllä vain. Löysin varauksenne. 2 hengen huone 2 yöksi.
Olisiko mahdollista saada huone merinäköalalla?
Hetki. Tarkistan. Kyllä onnistuu. Uloskirjautuminen on yli huomenna kello 12 mennessä. Toivotan teille viihtyisää oleskelua.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. Kamusta? Ako si Erica. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. Hi, I'm Erica. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Filipino expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Filipino. Are you ready? Here we go. Kamusta? Ako si Erica. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. Hi, I'm Erica. It's nice to meet you. Kamusta? Ako si Erica. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. Did you get it? Let's take it step by step. Start by saying, Kamusta? This means, how are you? But is commonly used to say, hi in Filipino. Next, say, Ako si, I am, and then your name. My name is Erica,
So I'll say, ako si Erica. Finally, say, kinagagalak kong makilala ka. This means, it's nice to meet you. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. Kamusta? Ako si Erica. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. Next, we're going to learn how to introduce ourselves in formal Filipino. But first, I'll teach you 2 words that turns any Filipino sentence formal. They are po and opo. Po, opo. All Filipinos learn these 2 words when they are young because they are a must when speaking politely to those who are older. Now here's how to introduce yourself in formal Filipino. Kamusta po? Ako si Erica Reyes. Kinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. How are you? I'm Erica Reyes. It's nice to meet you. Kamusta po? Ako si Erica Reyes. Kinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Did you notice the word po in this introduction? Let's compare it with the informal introduction we learned earlier. First, we have kamusta po instead of just kamusta. As we've said before, kamusta means how are you and has essentially the same use as hi in English. It comes from the Spanish phrase como esta. We add the word po to this to make it polite. For the next sentence, there is no need to change ako si or I am. However, saying your full name is considered more formal. In the Philippines, we say our first names first and last names last. Finally, pay attention to the ending. We went from kinagagalak kong makilala ka to kinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Ka or you is changed to the plural pronoun kayo to make the sentence more formal. The pronoun is moved to the front of the verb, and ng is added to connect the words. Finally, we also add po to the sentence to show respect. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Filipino is, Kamusta? Ako si Erica. Kinagagalak kong makilala ka. The formal way to introduce yourself is, Kamusta po? Ako si Erica Reyes. Kinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Now it's time for Erica's tips. Have you gotten hold of saying, kinagagalak kong makilala ka? Well, you might be surprised, but Filipinos say, nice to meet you, more often than its Filipino counterpart. This is because many English words and phrases are used in daily conversation since English is the second official language of the Philippines. Filipinos also shake hands during first meetings, just like in many Western cultures. But of course, if you use the proper Filipino introduction, your new Filipino friends will definitely be impressed. See you next time! Hanggang sa muli!
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Erica, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. Our lesson for today is the 10 questions you should know in Filipino. So let's begin. Anong pangalan mo? What's your name? The first question that you should know is, Anong pangalan mo? In English, what's your name? So, how do you answer this question? For instance, my name is Erica, so in Filipino, I would say, Ako si Erica, or I'm Erica. This is a very useful question when you want to get to know other people, so you better remember this. Anong pangalan mo? In English, what's your name? Kamusta? How are you? The next question that you should know is, Kamusta? Or in English, how are you? How do you respond to this question? You say, Mabuti naman. Ikaw? Or, I'm good. You? So, this is also again another very common question that you can ask your friends just because you're friends. So, you have to know how they are. Parang lagi na lang magka-sarcastic yung... Actually, the longer version is, Kamusta ka? But no one really says that now. So, you can just simply say, Kamusta? Yeah, or even shorter, you can just say, Musta. So, it's very nice actually to say this to people. especially if you haven't seen them for a long time. Taga saan ka? Where are you from? So the next question that you should know is, taga saan ka? Or in English, where are you from? So, how do you answer this question? If you are, say, from Manila, then you reply, taga Maynila ako. Or, I'm from Manila. So, say you are from Lisbon, then you'd say, taga Lisbon ako. Or, I'm from Lisbon. So this is also a very important question to know, especially if you're just meeting someone for the first time. So, I don't know, just people are very interested in where you go home. Or where you're from, not really where you go home. Kailan ang iyong kaarawan? When is your birthday? Kailan ang iyong kaarawan? In English, when is your birthday? So if you want to really respond to this question in fluent Filipino, then you would say, sa ika-25 ng Disyembre ang aking kaarawan. Or in English, this translates to my birthday is on December 25th. If it's December 25, then obviously your birthday is on Christmas. But if say August 9, then you would say in Filipino, ika-siyam ng Agosto. But no one really says that, so you just say August 9. Just say August 9. Ang kaarawan ko ay sa August 9. Or my birthday is on August 9. Saan ka nakatira? Where do you live? Saan ka nakatira? Or, where do you live? So, for example, you live in Makati City, which is the business district. So, you will say, nakatira ako sa Makati. Or, I live in Makati. Saan ka nagtatrabaho? Where do you work? The next question that you should know is, saan ka nagtatrabaho? Or, where do you work? So, for example, you want to say that you work at Intel. Or sometimes there's call center in Intel, right? So there are many call centers in the Philippines, and many younger Filipinos work in call centers. And so you can say, nagtatrabaho ako sa Intel. Or I work at Intel. And then usually the follow-up question would be, what do you do at Intel? So then you would say, I'm a call center agent, or I'm a, IT person, or I'm the CEO of Intel. Oh, wow. Ano ang phone number mo? What's your phone number? The next question that you should know is, ano ang phone number mo? Oh, we're getting really in closer territories. So, for example, you really want to be friends with this person or more than friends. Then you ask, ano ang phone number mo? Or, what's your phone number? For instance, you want to give your phone number to this person, whoever this person is. Ang number ko ay, and then your number. For instance, 0123456789. In English, my number is this. So usually people would still ask for your phone number. But usually they would say, what's your cell phone number? Saan ka nag-aral ng Filipino? Where did you learn Filipino? Saan ka nag-aral ng Filipino? In English, where did you learn Filipino? So this is very interesting and very important to be able to respond to this. When the person that you're talking to is really amazed with your Filipino, so you better reply with, nag-aral ako gamit ang filipinopod101.com. Or, I studied with filipinopod101.com. So where did you learn Filipino? Mahilig ka ba sa pagkaing Pilipino? Do you like Filipino food? Mahilig ka ba sa pagkaing Pilipino? Or, do you like Filipino food? For instance, you really do. So, how do you respond to this question? You say, oo, lalong-lalo na ang adobo, if adobo is your favorite. Or it can be kare-kare. Then you would say, oo, lalong-lalo na ang kare-kare. In English, yes, especially kare-kare or adobo. This is very important question to know because you usually get asked this question when you say go to gatherings or parties, or just when you're staying in a Filipino friend's house, right? Their moms would usually ask you, oh, do you like Filipino food? What do you want to eat? And then they will most probably give you that food, serve you that food. They're very hospitable. Saan ang magandang pasyalan sa Pilipinas? Where is it nice to go to in the Philippines? The next question that you should know is, Saan ang magandang pasyalan sa Pilipinas? In English, where is it nice to go to in the Philippines? If I'm going to give an advice now, I would say Palawan, definitely. And you would see, just type Palawan in Google, you would see really beautiful pictures. But if you want to be really specific, where exactly in Palawan, then either El Nido or Coron. So for instance, I would say sa Coron, Palawan. Or in English, in Coron, Palawan. It's very nice actually, very cheap, and very beautiful place. So I haven't been to Coron, I've been to El Nido. I've been to El Nido, not Coron, not yet. So those are the top 10 questions that you should know. And are there any other questions that you think you should know? If there are, please don't forget to comment them down below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and go to FilipinoPod101.com. Bye. Just joking. If you want real mangoes, go to the Philippines. We have the best mangoes. And if you really want the best mangoes, I think you should go to this island called Guimaras. Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned how to be grateful to people by saying salamat. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in the Philippines. Handa na ba kayo? Are you ready? Then let's start. First, we'll learn the greetings we use when meeting people. Kamusta? Kamusta. Do you remember this from the first lesson? Kamusta literally means, how are you? But it is used as hi or hello. Musta is a shortened version of kamusta, which you can use when greeting friends. Musta, for formal situations, we use kamusta po. Kamusta po. Now, here are sometimes specific greetings used when meeting people. Magandang araw. Magandang araw. Literally, magandang araw means good day. To be more specific about which time in the day we greet someone, we use magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, and magandang hapon, meaning good morning, good noon, and good afternoon respectively. Magandang umaga. Magandang tanghali. Magandang hapon. During the evening, there is only one greeting, and that is magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Maganda means beautiful or good. The connector NG is added to connect maganda and gabi. In formal situations, you just need to add po to the Filipino greetings I've already mentioned. Magandang araw po, magandang umaga po, magandang tanghali po, magandang hapon po, magandang gabi po. Are you ready for more? Next are some greetings we use when leaving. To say goodbye in Filipino, we say paalam. Paalam. We also have sige mauna na ako. Literally, all right, I'll go ahead. And it's a more casual way of saying goodbye. Sige mauna na ako. Finally, we have hanggang sa muli, meaning see you again. Hanggang sa muli. Again, to make these formal, we just need to add po. Paalam po. Sige, mauna na po ako. Hanggang sa muli po. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Filipino. Let's review them all again. Here are the greetings we use when meeting people. Kamusta? Magandang araw. Magandang umaga. Magandang tanghali. Magandang hapon. Magandang gabi. When leaving, we have paalam. Sige, mauna na ako.
Hanggang sa muli. For greeting people who are older than you, just add po. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Erica's tips. Another famous greeting you might hear in the Philippines is mabuhay. This literally means live, but it's used to mean welcome. It is used in formal situations like when welcoming an audience during events, or when welcoming people into the country, but not necessarily when welcoming guests to your home. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase, nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Do you already know it? I'll be waiting to talk about it with you in our next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli! In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? This phrase can be a lifesaver. The majority of Filipino people understand English. But if you ask in Filipino, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to ask it. Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Let's break down the sentence. In Filipino, the verb can come before the subject. Nagsasalita means speaking, followed by ka, which means you. Next, there is ba, which is the question marking particle. After it comes nang, which acts as an object marking particle, marking Ingles, which, as you might have guessed, is English. Another common way to ask if someone can speak English is, marunong ka bang mag-Ingles? Literally, this means, can you do English? Marunong ka bang mag-Ingles? Now we're going to make these sentences formal. Filipinos follow the Spanish custom of changing a singular pronoun to plural in order to show respect in formal situations, so we change ka to kayo and then move it after ba. We also need to add po as a sign of respect. Everything else stays the same. Nagsasalita po ba kayo ng Ingles? Marunong po ba kayong mag-Ingles? Nagsasalita po ba kayo ng Ingles? Marunong po ba kayong mag-Ingles? If you want to be even more formal, you can add mawalang galang lang po before the sentence. It means, excuse me, mawalang galang lang po. Nagsasalita po ba kayo ng Ingles? Excuse me, do you speak English? Mawalang galang lang po. Marunong po ba kayong mag-Ingles? Here are some common responses you might hear. Oo. Yes. Oo. Konti. A little. Konti. Hindi. No. Hindi. Now it's time for Erica's tips. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can use this question with any language you need. Just substitute Ingles with Espanol for Spanish, Hapon for Japanese, Italiano for Italian, Aleman for German, and so on. Now you know how to ask if people speak English or even your native language. But I hope this doesn't stop you from learning Filipino. We'll be learning more ways to say excuse me and I'm sorry in our next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli!
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Ice and welcome to Filipino Top Words. Today's lesson is going to be about 20 travel phrases you should know. So, tara na! Biyahe tayo! Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Could I get a map? Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Pwede ba akong makakuha ng mapa? Could I get a map? If you don't want to use up your roaming on your Google Maps, there's always maps in the tourist information guide. Or actually, in bookstores, you could also buy maps if you need them. Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Do you speak English? Here's another phrase you might want to learn. Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Do you speak English? Well, perhaps the answer to this is maybe perhaps yes. I don't know. But let's not assume. Let's not assume that everyone in the Philippines speak English, but most of us do. May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? May bus bang galing airport papuntang syudad? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Well, if you are flying from Manila, the airport is actually in the middle of the city, so you don't really need a bus. I wouldn't really know because my family is very nice enough to always get me from the airport if I need to be coming from the airport in the Philippines. Thank you, family! Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi free? In this day and age, I think this one is very important. Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? Libre ba ang Wi-Fi? This means, is the Wi-Fi free? Yeah, so like if you have your iPhone, iMac, I love you with you, then you might want to get the Wi-Fi. Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Okay, here's another phrase you might want to know when you're asking at the hotel. Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? Meron ba kayong bakanting kwarto ngayong gabi? This means, do you have any vacancies for tonight? So yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't reserve beforehand at the hotel, but in case you didn't, this is a good phrase you might want to remember. Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Could I move to a different room? Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Pwede bang lumipat sa ibang kwarto? Could I move to a different room? You know, you never know. Maybe you have noisy neighbors, or you just feel like there's someone else in the room. Let's hope not. Then you might want to ask this question. May reservation ako. I have a reservation. May reservation ako. May reservation ako. I have a reservation. Yeah, it's very simple. Easy to remember. May, it sounds like the 5th month of the year. Reservation. Reservation. Ako. Me. May reservation ako. Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Could we have the menu, please? Okay, so here's another one that I think you will find useful and would use a lot since food is very cheap in the Philippines and you want to try a lot of restaurants. Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Pwedeng makahingi ng menu? Could we have the menu, please? There you go. Eat to your heart's content. Try out all the restaurants you want and just don't go to McDonald's every time. Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I have the check? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I have the check? So usually there's a gesture in the Philippines for the check and it's like this. It's like a rectangle. So when you do this to the waiter or waitress, whatever, then that means you want the bill. But you could also remember this word. You could also try and remember this phrase. Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Allergic ako sa mani. I'm allergic to peanuts. Okay, here's one very important travel phrase in case you're someone like this. Allergic ako sa mani. Allergic ako sa mani. I'm allergic to peanuts. Allergic is also the same in Filipino. So you just need to find the Filipino word for the thing that you're allergic to. Like in this case, peanuts is mani. Like maybe chicken. Chicken is manok. Allergic ako sa manok. Shrimp, maybe shrimp. allergic ako sa hipon. Anyway, if you're allergic to something and you want to find out what it is in Filipino, perhaps maybe you could just put it in the comments and we'll try to help you out. Tubig po. Water please. Here's another travel phrase you should know. Tubig po. Water please. So here po doesn't actually mean please. It's a polite particle. You add it to the sentence to make it sound polite because you want to be polite when asking for water since it's like free. You need to be polite. Magkano ito? How much is this? Magkano ito? Magkano ito? This means, how much is this? So yeah, definitely travel also means you want to go shopping. So you might want to remember this phrase. How much is this? Magkano ito? So ito actually is this. So it has to be somewhere near you. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. I'd like 10 of these. Okay, so if you want not just one of something, you could try using this one. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. Gusto ko ng 10 nito. This means I'd like 10 of these. 10 means 10. So if you replace 10 with another number, then you could make any sentence you want. For example, you want, 50. 50 is 50. So gusto ko ng 50 nito. Or if you just want 3, you could say, gusto ko ng 3 nito. I don't know what these are. But if it's 10, maybe it's like some kind of souvenir, Pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Could you give me a discount? Hey, another travel phrase you should know is, especially in the Philippines and if you want to have some bargain, pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Pwede niyo ba akong bigyan ng discount? Could you give me a discount? So, here's a tip when you're trying to bargain for something. You don't just ask this. You should have a price in mind that you would like to offer them back. So, it's more of like a negotiation, not like, oh, can you give me a discount? They'll probably ask you, so how much would you like to buy it for? So, you have to be prepared for that and not just ask, give me a discount. You have to name your price as well. Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Do you take credit card? Here's another phrase that you might want to know when traveling. Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Tumatanggap ba kayo ng credit card? Do you take credit card? So yeah, of course, you just have a limited cash that you exchange. Your currency for the local currency. So you might want to just spend the cash in the places that don't accept credit card. Or else you might really need it somewhere that doesn't accept anything else but cash and you didn't have it. So, yeah. You might want to ask this question a lot. Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Where's the train station? Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Nasaan ang istasyon ng tren? Where's the train station? There's not really much train stations in the Philippines, but there's just a few of them, maybe 20, 30, and they're only just in Metro Manila. So, but bus stations are also not that common. It's basically, maybe we should make a whole video discussing transportation in the Philippines because it's very complicated actually. It's not just hey, there's trains and stations. It's more of you need to know which buses take which route and how much it costs beforehand because anyway, you need to be a real veteran to survive Philippine public transportation. Excuse me, magkano po ang pamasahe? Excuse me, what's the fare? Here's another phrase that could be useful when you're in the Philippines. Excuse me, magkano ang pamasahe? Excuse me, magkano ang pamasahe? Excuse me, what's the fare? So, yeah, usually you might want to ask this if you don't know how much the fare is, because I mean, like, not for the trains you have to actually pay before going in the train, but like for buses or jeepneys or tricycles, usually there's like a sign, tiny sign, how much it costs to go from somewhere to somewhere, but like it's either very far away or you couldn't see it, so you just have to ask the driver how much the fare is. So yeah, we definitely need that whole lesson about Philippine public transportation. Pwede niyo po ba akong kunan ng litrato? Could you take a picture of me, please? Okay, here's another phrase you might want to learn when traveling. Pwede niyo po ba akong kunan ng litrato? Pwede niyo po ba akong kunan ng litrato? Could you take a picture of me, please? I don't know. If you want a group shot, then might as well ask like someone to take it for you. I bet they won't run with your camera if that's what you're thinking, because that's just rude. Yeah, can be useful. So that you could have your Instagram pic later on without the selfie stick. Just kidding. Ito ba ang tamang bus papuntang airport? Is this the right bus for the airport? Ito ba ang tamang bus papuntang airport? Ito ba ang tamang bus papuntang airport? Is this the right bus for the airport? So, yeah, I guess when you're returning back, you might wanna not get lost to get to the airport, but to be honest, I don't really think there's a direct bus to the airport. Although I only have experience in Manila, and I've always been lucky enough to have my family get me there. But I guess you'd like have to take a taxi. Meron ba kayong mairekomenda? Do you have any recommendations? Meron ba kayong mairekomenda? Meron ba kayong mairekomenda? This means, do you have any recommendations? Yeah, like if you can't really choose from the menu, then you could ask the person, meron ba kayong mairekomenda? Usually they would point to the most expensive thing there, so. But yeah, usually the most expensive thing is also the nicest. Okay, so that's 20 travel phrases you should know. So before going to the Philippines, try remembering these phrases so that you'd get more out of your vacation. And if you like this video, please click that like button. If you like this hat, please also click that like button. Thank you. And if you would like to have more tools, not just video lessons, but also vocabulary guides and flashcards, audio lessons, and other stuff, head on to filipinopod101.com to learn more Filipino. And I'll see you next time. Hanggang sa muli!
Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned quite a few phrases used when apologizing in Filipino. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Filipino. That's right, numbers, mga numero. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes, 3 minuto. Are you ready? Let's start. Isa. Isa. Dalawa. Dalawa. Tatlo. Tatlo. Apat. Apat. Lima. Lima. Anim. Anim. Pito. Pito. Walo. Walo. Siyam. Siyam. 10. 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. Isa. Dalawa. Tatlo. Apat. Lima. Anim. Pito. Walo. Siyam. Sampu. Great job! Try to remember these numbers by heart because you'll see them again in bigger numbers. Do you know what is before isa? Here's a clue. It's almost the same as in English. It's zero. Zero. Now let's continue from 11. Labing isa. Labing isa. Labindalawa. Labindalawa. Labintatlo. Labintatlo. Labing apat. Labing apat. Labinlima. Labinlima. Labing anim. Labing anim. Labimpito. Labimpito. Labing walo. Labing walo. Labinsyam. Labinsyam. These numbers may seem longer and harder to remember, but they basically follow a simple rule, which is labi plus connector plus the numbers 1 to 9. In Filipino, the connector is usually NA if the letter before it is a consonant, and NG if the letter before it is a vowel. In this case, since labi ends with I, then we'll be using the NG connector. However, NG sometimes changes its form depending on the letter that follows it. For the letters D, L, R, S, and T, the G from NG is dropped to make it easier to pronounce. Labindalawa, labintatlo, labinlima, and labinsyam. If a P follows the NG connector, the NG becomes an M, just like in labimpito. Now it's time for Erica's tips. Filipinos don't exclusively use the Filipino way of counting. As I've said before, English is commonly used in the Philippines, so it is very common for us to count in English as well. But that's not all. Sometimes, we even use the Spanish way of counting, especially when telling the time. Now you know how to count up to labinsyam. But why stop there? Next time, we'll learn more about numbers. Do you know the Filipino word for 100? Find out in the next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli!
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at FilipinoPod101.com.
Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the previous lessons, we learned how to count in Filipino. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers because they will come in handy today. We're going to learn how to go shopping in the Philippines. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is this? Magkano ito? Magkano ito? Are you ready to go shopping in the Philippines? Let's go! You see something you like and want to ask the shop clerk how much it costs. First, you might want to say either ate, older sister, or kuya, older brother. It's common in the Philippines to call a sales clerk ate or kuya to show respect to them. Ate, magkano ito? Kuya, magkano ito? Magkano means how much, and ito means this. To be more polite, you just add po to the phrase. Ate, magkano po ito? Kuya, magkano po ito? If you want to be more specific when asking, how much is this, and refer to a certain type of object, we need to add the connector NG to ito, and then the object that you want to buy. For example, a hat is sombrero. Ate, magkano po itong sombrero? Or, Kuya, magkano po itong sombrero? How much is this hat? Ate, Magkano po itong sombrero? Kuya, magkano po itong sombrero? The shopkeeper will usually answer by simply saying the price. 100 piso po. Or even the price without the peso. 100 po. You might also hear them use the word lang, meaning only, or just, to imply that the price is cheap. For example, 100 piso lang po. 100 lang po. What is 100? I'm not telling you. Okay, it's 100. The hat costs 100 pesos. Now it's time for Erica's tips. It is common to haggle in Philippine bargain markets, so when buying, don't forget to say, may bawas pa po, meaning, is there a discount? Just remember, it's easier to get discounts if you're polite, so don't forget those pos. Happy shopping! At this point, can you count pesos in Filipino? We are going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. I'll see you in the next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli!
Hi, my name is Erica, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. Our lesson for today is how to respond to how are you. Let's go! Kamusta? Kamusta? How are you? So the first word is, how are you? In Filipino, kamusta? So this is very useful when you pass by someone, you want to know how they are, right? Or you just want to ask someone how they are. At ikaw? At ikaw. And you? At ikaw? Or in English, and you? How do you usually respond when people ask you, how are you? And you? So if you are trying to avoid answering this question, you can ask, at ikaw? Or, and you? Probably you're like feeling too tired from work or something, right? Or you can, like casually, more people would say, ikaw? Or just simply, ikaw? It all means, and you. So it's a kind of like a nice gesture if someone asks you, how are you? And then you want to ask the same question because you just want to be nice. Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? How have you been recently? So if you want to be more specific about asking them how they are in a certain period of time, you can ask, kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Or, how have you been recently? So probably you would have friends that would have gone to vacation or would have found a new job or would have graduated from university, which is all me. And then you can ask them, how have you been recently? Mabuti ako. Mabuti ako. I'm fine. So how do you answer all these how are you questions and variations of how are you? First, you can say, if you are really feeling this, mabuti ako, or I'm fine. Of course, you can say it if you're not fine, right? I mean, if you just want to because sometimes when you say, I'm not so okay, I'm feeling a bit down, then they would ask you more things. But sometimes if you don't want to answer any of these things, but you are not fine, you can still say, I'm fine. But in Filipino, you ask people how are you because you want to know how they are. Or we don't really say this as a greeting. Okay naman ako. Okay naman ako. I'm not bad. Aside from I'm fine, how can you respond to how are you? You can say, okay naman ako, or I'm not bad. So if you are feeling like saying that you are not so fine, but you are also not fine, you can say, well, I'm not bad. It's okay. Everything's cool. But I'm crying inside. I'm dead inside. Okay. Inaantok ako. Inaantok ako. I'm sleepy. If you're feeling sleepy, you can say, inaantok ako, or I'm sleepy. After lunch, usually that's the time when you feel this you're really like sleepy. Even though you have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy, or sometimes you don't have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy. So you can say it. It's valid. It's okay. Just don't say it to your boss. I don't think if your boss asks you, how are you? I'm sleepy. Oh, that's not really good. Well, probably should go home, not come back anymore. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. That's how it will go, right? Masama ang pakiramdam ko. Masama ang pakiramdam ko. I'm feeling bad. Or if you are not feeling so well, you can say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Or, I'm feeling bad. So, you can say this if you have a bit of cold, for instance, or your stomach is upset, or what else? Or you have a broken heart, like those kinds of things. So, if you want to say that you're feeling bad, you say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Okay ako. Okay ako. I'm okay. But what if you're just fine? What if you're just okay, but you don't want to say, I'm fine? Or mabuti naman ako, or ayos naman ako. You can also say casually, okay ako, which is very casual. Very simple, okay ako. Okay na okay ako. Okay na okay ako. I'm great. If you want to say that you are really doing great, then you can say, okay na okay ako. You would have to note that in Filipino, when you repeat words, it what's it called? It's like it's a superlative version of the adjective, kind of, but it's not. But it's kind of like amps up the impact of the adjective. So it's equivalent to very. So you would say okay na okay ako, meaning I'm super duper okay, right? Or if you're really, for instance, sleepy, you would say antok na antok ako instead of just saying antok ako, right? Salamat sa pagtatanong. Salamat sa pagtatanong. Thank you for asking. And for instance, you were feeling bad and then this person that asked you, how are you, made you feel happy, then you can say, thank you for asking, or salamat sa pagtatanong. Because of course, you felt happy that someone asked you, especially if you're feeling bad. So that's it for the end of this lesson. Hope you learned something new. And what do you usually say to your friends, your colleagues, people who ask you how you are? And how do they respond to you? Leave them in the comment section and don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit FilipinoPod101.com to learn more Filipino. Salamat! Hanggang sa muli! Hi everyone, I'm Erica, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. The lesson for today is the top 10 tourist attractions in the Philippines. The first tourist attraction is Hagdan-Hagdang Palayan ng Banawe. Banawe Rice Terraces. Ang hagdan-hagdang palayan ng Banawe ay gawa ng mga taga-Ifugao. Ang hagdan-hagdang palayan ng Banawe ay gawa ng mga taga-Ifugao. The Banawe rice terraces were made by the Ifugaos. So Ifugao is part of the Cordillera Autonomous Region, right? And in that area actually is very mountainous. So it's very hard to plant anything. Not that it's really hard, but then the topography of the place, it's not really easy to like do agriculture. So what many of the Ifugao people there did was to carve the side of the mountain into these sort of like rice, to these sort of terraces. That now, that's why we call it hagdan-hagdan, literally like stairs, because they look like stairs. And then on those flat areas, then now you can plant rice. But this is a very nice place. So if you want to experience nature, then please come to the rice terraces. The next tourist destination is Boracay. Boracay. Boracay ang isa sa pinakasikat na beach sa Pilipinas. Boracay ang isa sa pinakasikat na beach sa Pilipinas. Boracay is one of the most popular beaches in the Philippines. Can be a bit crowded, but it still has one of the most beautiful fine sand beaches that I've seen, right? You can choose different places where you want to stay because there are so many, also so many tourists. And now actually because they wanted to clean up the beach, also clean up the water. So they're closing it for 6 months. And hopefully like it's going to be better because a very good place, very, very popular place. So the next top destination is Palawan. Palawan. Paborito kong isla ang Palawan dahil sa dami ng pwedeng mapuntahan na pang turista. Paborito kong isla ang Palawan dahil sa dami ng pwedeng mapuntahan na pang turista. Palawan is my favorite island because of its numerous tourist destinations. So we went to Palawan, I think, in 2015. So we went there in 2015 with some friends. It was actually very easy to do island hopping. Just this popular places to go in Palawan is El Nido. The underground river is a very popular place to visit. Everything is protected in Palawan. It also boasts of lots of flora and fauna. And natural resources, Palawan is very, very rich. So the next place is Surigao del Norte. Surigao del Norte. Kung gusto mong mag-surfing, punta na sa Surigao del Norte. Kung gusto mong mag-surfing, punta na sa Surigao del Norte. If you want to go surfing, then go to Surigao del Norte. I actually haven't been to Surigao del Norte, but I've seen pictures, and it's a really good place for surfing. But Surigao del Norte is a bit on the south, but on the side of the Pacific Ocean. So the waves there are much stronger. So it's very good for surfing if you're into such sports. I would want to go there one day. So the next place is Cebu. Cebu. Ang Cebu ay kombinasyon ng kasaysayan, mga isla at lungsod. Ang Cebu ay kombinasyon ng mga isla at mga lungsod na may mahabang kasaysayan. Cebu is a combination of islands and cities with a rich history. If you want a calmer place but still want, say, the city, then you can go to Cebu. And just like take say 5-hour, 3-hour drive to somewhere, you will end up in a very nice beach. So for instance, when we were there, we went to Bantayan Island, and it's really like one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. Because it's really quiet, no one is there, just like long stretches of shoreline. The water is very blue, very calm, very, very nice. So the next place is Davao. Davao. Ang Davao ang isa sa pinakamatiwasay na lungsod sa Pilipinas. Ang Davao ang isa sa pinakamatiwasay na lungsod sa Pilipinas. Davao is one of the safest cities in the Philippines. So I've been to Davao, I think twice. Really clean city. Really, and the thing that I enjoyed most in Davao is tuna. Davao is known for tuna and durian, right? Also. And tuna there, it's very affordable and very, very good and very, very fresh. I was there with some of my Japanese colleagues, and every day we're eating tuna. It's tuna. But we liked it. So we ordered like tuna belly, or tuna cheek, or tuna jaw, or tuna head. And it's the same thing. Like the entire tuna, but chopped. So if you want to eat really good tuna and durian, please come to Davao. The next place is Vigan. Vigan. Makikita mo sa Vigan ang mga arkitektura mula pa noong panahon ng mga Kastila. Makikita mo sa Vigan ang mga arkitektura mula pa noong panahon ng mga Kastila. You could find in Vigan architecture from the Spanish colonial period. So I went there with my friends. One of them is from Chile. So when we arrived in Vigan, his immediate reaction was like, "Oh, this reminds me of my town." So it really looks like a Spanish town, like a small Spanish town. And Vigan is a very small, cute town, right? And then it's famous for empanada, bagnet. Bagnet is like a crispy pork. But in Vigan, you dip it in vinegar because they use a special sausage, which is a vegan sausage, right? Which is kind of like more garlicky than other longganisa, we call it. So the next place is Talon ng Pagsanhan, Pagsanhan Falls. Ang Talon ng Pagsanhan ang isa sa pinakasikat na talon sa Pilipinas. Ang Talon ng Pagsanhan ang isa sa pinakasikat na talon sa Pilipinas. Pagsanhan Falls is one of the most famous waterfalls in the Philippines. I remember when I was a kid, so we went there with my family, and we have so much relatives, so we were there in a really big group. And I remember they were telling me that there's kind of like a legend that it's dangerous to swim across Pagsanhan Falls, because usually in most lakes, right, they say that it's dangerous to swim across because then something like pulls you down. Something that lives in the water or something. So when we were there, we were on these rafts. So it was kind of scary, but also very fun because Pagsanhan Falls is a very, very pretty place. And it's really, really clean water, really, really fresh, so naturey. There's such a word, naturey. But really, really nice place. And then we were just having like a barbecue, some grilled fish and stuff. Really, really nice experience. The next is Bicol. Bicol. Sa Bicol makikita ang bulkang Mayon na may halos perpektong hugis apa. Sa Bicol makikita ang bulkang Mayon na may halos perpektong hugis apa. In Bicol, one can see Mayon volcano, which has an almost perfect cone shape. But it's very, very beautiful. It's really perfect cone. So if Japan has Mount Fuji, Philippines has Mount Mayon. It's the most beautiful. It's really perfect, like really perfect. Like the slopes are very gentle and a super perfect cone shape. The next place is Tubataha Reef. Tubataha Reef. Ang larawan ng Tubataha Reef ay makikita sa 1,000 pisong salapi. Ang larawan ng Tubataha Reef ay makikita sa 1,000 pisong salapi. The Tubataha Reef can be seen on the 1,000 peso bill. Again, I don't have any 1,000 peso with me because I'm poor. Tubataha Reef is a very important place because an ecosystem, right? Many different aquatic creatures live there. So if we are going to be diving in those areas, please be careful, be responsible, and just be responsible tourists in general. So that is for the end of this lesson, and hope you learned something new. What other place can you suggest to us? So if there is anything that you would want us to know, please don't hesitate to comment them in the comment section. And don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and visit filipinopod101.com to learn more Filipino. Hanggang sa muli!
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1, introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2, talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3, give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5, learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.